This is Kerry Morton, and you're watching Hashtag Truth.
Cause we're always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you. Always looking out for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, Damien Legion. How are you doing, sir?
I'd be doing a lot better if you said the Damien
The
Legion.
Damien
Thank
Legion.
you.
There you
Yeah.
go. I always,
Hey,
I wish I had a nickel for every time I said somebody's name wrong when I introduced them.
you'd be a rich man. You'd be a
I
rich
would.
man.
I definitely would. So, Damien Legion, I'm going to start off with the real easy question that I ask every wrestler that comes on Hashtag Truth. Where were you at when you realized that you wanted to be a professional wrestler, man?
When I was real young, I mean, we always used to beat the hell out of each other at the tire rings at the old playground, and we'd act like it was the Royal Rumble. But like pro wrestling for me, honestly, was like a midlife crisis. I was like 31 years old, severely overweight, and me and my son went to an APW show, and he thought it'd be real cool for me to get into it, and possibly get my health back better so I didn't die. And I mean, that was pretty much it. Got
So
in.
I'm not trying to get. If I'm being too nosy, let me know. But how big did you get before you actually started that, man? Because I'm a big guy.
Oh, I was 4 bills, easy. Stepped on the truck scale and confirmed it. Yeah, I was 4 bills. I was a big boy.
So how much did you lose when you got into wrestling and started working out and doing the moves in the ring?
At my lowest, I've weighed 189. Right now, I walk around anywhere between 215 and 221.
That's awesome, man. That's a feel-good story right there in itself, man. Because I wish I could tell you how many people care about me and tell me what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating, what I shouldn't be drinking, and everything else, man. And I know they care about me, but I'm not at the point right now where I guess I haven't had the scare hard enough to where I want to do it yet. But it's coming.
I felt it getting out of bed. My bones hurt. My heart hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell. I could tell I was going down a bad road, and I just made little changes, dog. Like, if I ate 2 double cheeseburgers at McDonald's, I got a double cheeseburger and a fry, and then it got down to a double cheeseburger, and then I got it with no mayo, and so on and so. Got to the point to where I didn't want it. And then I had heard the thing with Buff Bagwell where he said he'd go by like a McDonald's or something, and he'd get a cheeseburger, he'd just chew it, get the taste of it in his mouth, spit it out.
Oh wow!
So he was just tricking his brain.
Right.
So I kind of did stuff like that, and then I was a couple weeks in training. I ripped my knee, ripped my MCL, my left knee, and that forced me to go to the YMCA, at least twice a day to get rehab. And just from there, I just kind of just started losing. It was nothing I was doing right away, but then kind of get addicted to it, and so on and so forth. And
so APW, you said gave you your first shot. Who trained you there?
Timmy Anton.
Timmy Anton. Oh, big time name. Unbookable. Nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah. He beat the hell out of us for a while. I liked him. I like that kind. He was a good trainer. And then
so you're the physical type wrestler, man. You like to get in there and actually you like to feel the bumps.
Yeah. No, I do like bumping. I believe everybody's got that card, but I ain't got the memo yet. But No, I like the bump. Timmy was brutally honest with me right there at the jump, because I mean, I'd take a flip bump and go across the ring and, hey, look about as dumb as a bag of rocks. And, it's just like, I don't know how far you're going to get on this, kid. But, I'll keep trying with you. And yeah, he kept the faith, and, we kept working,
As long as
and
you
then,
keep working, man, that's all that counts, right? As long as you keep at it, eventually you're going to get it right.
Nah, I'm very much a hard hat kind of guy. I don't, I have no delusions of grandeur, any athleticism. I've only gotten through, just hard work and just being stupidly stubborn. But
now I saw a picture. I say picture. I saw a video of you on your YouTube page. I am a new subscriber to your YouTube page,
awesome.
And I saw a picture of you on there doing some. Was it you doing some training?
Yeah, it was me and my son.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
it looked good, man. I was watching it. You guys were running the ropes and doing moves, and it looked really. It almost looked like a wrestling match. I mean, you could tell it was training. There were people just sitting around the ring, not doing anything, cheering or nothing. But I mean, it actually kind of looked like a match.
Yeah,
I
I dig the guys like the Santino brothers out in California. They have kind of a similar channel, and they run high level spot stuff like that. I mean, it's just any kind of training footage, any kind of footage that promoter or fan can see that they can dig. I'm all for it. Vince kind of broke that kayfabe thing years ago, so I'm not going to sit here and
there's a lot of us, man, in this industry, podcasting, everything. We all broke it together, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Vince; it was everybody. I mean, somebody had to have the camera back there in order to record it. So,
well, for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Where it broke for me was it come out in the early '90s. It was Secrets Revealed, what it was, Pro Wrestling Secrets Revealed.
Oh, and, my goodness, that one that came on I can't remember what station it was on, but I know what you're talking about. It was like a hour show where they had like 5 or 6 different wrestlers in masks, and they showed how you did all the moves.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, man, I'm probably in the minority of this. I thought the little promotion thing they did look killer. I actually dug some of the wrestlers' outfits, but yeah, I mean that right there, because I mean, like,
the thing about that was, if you go back and watch it now, you laugh at it, because they were calling like a bulldog a finishing move, and they were calling like moves that nowadays are just regular. Every you might see it as the third move in a wrestling match, but back then they were calling it the finishing move.
I mean, I had a debate with one of my trainers one time on if an atomic drop should actually be used as a finishing move. Now, normally you would probably say, hell no, not an atomic drop. Come on, man. But if you think about it, and you think about the actual deal with, what you're doing with your knee to the opponent, that absolutely should be a finishing move.
It's just like a low blow, isn't it? Isn't it considered the same thing as a low blow? That's what you're portraying.
Yeah, you're dropping the dude's backside on your knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he performed a move and said, just take it like a finish. And we watched it and we were like, wow, you're right. Yeah.
I've got a question here for you from a fan. It says, who is your favorite opponent and why?
Wow. I don't have one. My favorite opponent is my next opponent. But
that's a good answer. I like that.
One of my favorite matches was with the Barbarian. It was probably the biggest match I had. It was in front of 1,400, and I actually got the old man to give me a belly off the top rope.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yes, sir. That was probably my favorite match outside of wrestling my son. For real, for the first time. We did.
Now I have to give a little props to Alex here, who is on the screen, who asked that question. Alex came to me at a wrestling match a few weeks ago, and he's like, he sat down in front of me, and I don't forget things like this. You know, people come at me all the time with wrestlers' names, but he sat down and he goes, Scott, he goes, I got to tell you something. He goes, man, me and my family would love to have one wrestler on your show. And I said, who is that? And he said, Damien Legion. And so you can
Awesome,
thank
dude.
Alex,
Appreciate it.
Riley, and Caitlin for you appearing tonight. I can tell you that right now.
Well, thank you, guys.
You've got 3 big fans in them 3. And he said this right here. Damien Legion granted my son and daughter's wishes by taking pics with them while my wife was in a coma. I didn't have the money to pay for an autographed photo, so he and his wife told me if I took the pics with my phone, there would be no charges.
That's probably because we didn't actually have any pictures. My merch game's not the strongest in the world because, you know, it's paycheck to paycheck over here. But, you know, yeah, man, no, man, I'll take a picture with anybody. To me, it's a trip. You know, anybody even follows this stuff or, you know, what we do as pro wrestlers. And, you know, to me, it's all cool. So,
right. It's amazing, man, because I'm going to tell you, I didn't think I had half as big a following as I do on this show. I made a new page and I said, hey, guys, follow me over. 223 likes in one day, man. That just blew me away. I was like, are you kidding me? I did not know that many people, you know, not all of them like the videos, not all of them say anything, but, you know, not all of them come on here and want their stuff put up on the screen. But to have 223 people, to a lot of people, you know, having a show like this, that's not a lot of people. To me, that blows me away. I'm just a little kid from, you know, Chesney, South Carolina. Who am I, you know? And I got 220-something people wanting to watch me every day. So,
well, normally if you do a wrestling show and you wrestle in front of 220-something people on the indie level, that's a pretty good show.
That's it. So, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's 10 people, you still, you know, you do your thing. But, you know, I mean, build your audience and, you know, build it, you know, consistent, you know, with conviction for what you do. And you'll never go wrong. You'll always get people that don't want to see it because they want to see people that believe themselves.
Now I've got a question for you. Damien Legion, where did that come from, man? Because that's a pretty cool name. I like the name.
The original name was Damien Karras.
Okay.
So my very first match I ever did, which was against Eric Anton, that was my name, Damien Karras. The reason why Karras is because The Exorcist is my favorite horror movie of all time. I like all the old horror movies.
Okay.
Not real big into the new stuff. And the father on there, the one that ends up getting possessed at the end, he was Father Karras. So
I got you.
I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Damien is actually my son's name, and I took that name, you know, coming into the business. You know, because he was the one that kind of helped push me, you know, lose weight.
That's awesome, man. I love that. That is so cool.
And Legion was just me and an old buddy of mine back where I grew up at. He writes a lot of wrestling stories. A guy named AJ, and he writes a lot of wrestling story stuff, script stuff like that. And when me and him were growing up, we had one that was a faction called Legion. And, so I was just like, okay, cool. Let's just put it together, see what happens.
It still all goes with the evil thing, because if you know anything about the Bible, there is a part in the Bible where they say, "I am Legion," and that, you know, that's cool, man. That whole Damien Legion. Now I've got to ask you this question, or I'll probably get kicked out of this little box I'm in. Where did you come up with the big helmet thing you put on your head, man? Where did that come from? Because first time I saw that, it literally scared me. I'm not going to lie to you.
You're talking about Steve. Yeah. That's his name, Steve.
That's the helmet's name, Steve? The big
Steve, yeah. Actually, that's a creation of my wife's.
Nice.
So, I mean, there was a German couple that come to the shows at APW and at TCW in North Carolina. They would come to the shows, and they were always hit what we were doing. They liked it, and I had this old I had this old deer skull, and I wanted to make some kind of headdress. Quick backstory: I worked at Hotlanta Wrestling that Teddy Long and Rocky King were involved with.
Okay.
And Teddy always told me, he was like, man, it'd be real cool if you had some kind of mask or something you could take off in the ring, kind of like Vader used to have.
Right.
And that stuck with me, and that's the inspiration to make the first one where I had the skull with the bug eyes and all that stuff and the glowing eyes. And then me and my wife we were racking our brains on it, wanting to come up with something new. And I kind of got some supplies and such, but I really didn't know what her plan was with it. And
she had a plan because that thing looks right.
Yeah. Now she hooked it up. She went out and got some stuff from the Hobby Lobby, and then we got some old bones and stuff that I've had for years. And she woke up one morning and kind of like the prototype was sitting there. It wasn't painted or anything. And I thought it was pretty awesome. So I went and I got to painting it and got to hooking it up, and did the thing. And Steve was born. I still got
so cool.
I still got Joe. I don't break Joe Boo out much anymore. I got my big horse head on a stick. And
yeah, I love that you name your helmets, man. That is so cool.
Yeah, why not?
Just part of the family, right?
Just part of the family. They're part of the gimmick. They walk right along with me. They see all this eat up stuff. Steve sat on most people didn't notice, but in the match with the Barbarian, Steve was on the turnbuckle post the entire time.
Nice.
I tried to ram Barbarian with Steve once. Didn't work out too well. He moved out the way. He was being a punk. He didn't want to take it, and I ended up putting Steve through a trash can.
Oh,
which that's online too. Yes, sir. You can see that. But
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, no, but that was all her. That was all her. She had the original idea, and then we got some old bones and put them in the hair, and it's but there's more coming. We've got other things in the work too. So we're gonna get into that in just
a second, because I want to talk to you about the tag team that you're in. And we're going to get to that. I want to get to some of these. There you go. I want to get to some of these before they get out of hand, because people are talking and talking and talking.
Awesome.
Brandon says, who is your least favorite unbookable, and why is it Boomer Payne?
I just saw Boomer last night. I don't really have a least favorite.
That question is posted to every wrestler that comes on here. A lot of times it's Joey coming on here, the owner of EWF, and he'll come on here and ask everybody, who is your favorite unbookable and why is it Boomer Payne? So he beat him to the punch is what that is.
Well, I can tell you my favorite, and outside of Timmy, because I love Timmy Death, but Mike Madden. Man's the man. If he's still a part of it, I don't know. If
Mike Madden's still a part of it. The only thing I don't like about Mike Madden is his college football team. But we're gonna move on.
Yeah, no, I'm not an Alabama fan at all. At all.
Big Country said, I'm your favorite opponent.
Oh, look at you. There you go.
Big man coming at you.
Hey, you know what? We've had some nasty, brutal, hardcore matches. I just talked to him about this the other day. Him giving me a power bomb on a table and the table not breaking.
Big Country gave you a power bomb on a table. Was the table made of titanium?
From the top rope.
From the top rope, and it didn't break.
Sir. No, and then he apologized as he proceeded to choke slam through me through the table.
He apologized while he was finishing the job.
Yeah, you know what? I got nothing. That guy right there taught me so much about doing the hardcore stuff and just like basic match psychology. But I'm gonna tell you, that one never left me, because I literally hit the table and I bounced right off of it. Damn. And Boomer and them come flying in.
I'm
they're
sorry,
doing their
as
thing.
He's grabbing you by the neck and slamming you through it again.
Hey, but it was cool because he got color and he let me get color right in front of his grandma with 2 cookie sheets on each arm, just giving them Vader bombs. It looked like a tick on an elephant, but I swear it was that is
Big
still
Country
his
said the
taste.
table was from Japan.
I'm telling you, yep, man. Dude, that was one stiff table. Later on, I said we didn't gig it, we forgot.
There you go.
Yeah, but no, that definitely one of my favorite matches of all time. And that whole series, because we had like a series, it seemed like a whole almost a year's worth of matches that just
Right.
the promoter kept booking us on. And man, I learned a lot in that year.
So
I
you
learned,
guys had quite the rivalry, is what you're telling me.
yeah, well, I mean, as much of a rivalry as one side gets his ass kicked all the time, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I learned every ass whooping, but no, it was no, it's just an awesome dude to work, man. It's that big a man that can still do a drop kick, and I mean, not take your head off.
Right.
You the man, brother.
Right, without a doubt. I always tell everybody the story. When I first saw Big Country, man, I didn't think nothing of him. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking like, oh great, here we go. And then he did a drop kick, a spinning heel kick,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was like, okay, now you got my attention.
Oh yeah, no, I can remember that. I can remember that first match I worked with him, and my first thought in my head was, "What the hell am I gonna do with this big dude?"
Right.
Uh,
That's what a lot of
not
people
that I
say when
didn't
they look
know.
across at him.
Yeah, hey, not that I didn't know he wasn't a bad man in the ring. I already knew that. It was just like me
Right.
personally, like, what the hell am I gonna do? But nah, man, he was just do your thing.
He's
You'll be
one of
fine.
them guys you have to bring an entourage to even have a chance.
Yeah, oh yeah. Anytime. I don't think I ever did pin him. I think Evil Ink. We got close a couple times to try and get him, but yeah, nah. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Definitely one of
Ryan
my favorites.
Cummins says, "What's up? What's up, my Legion brother?"
What's up, big dog?
He said he was in that faction Legion that you were talking about, and he said he's proud of it.
Oh yeah. No, I got yeah. Glad to see Brian's okay.
He said the only
Um,
question he's got for you is, do you miss him?
yeah, come out and ref my next match.
Oh,
soon,
there you go.
soon
See,
as you
that's what I'm
can.
talking about.
Soon as you healthy.
Brian Cummins says, I am the table.
Yeah, he's played table quite a bit. He's
He
played
said, tell
table
them
quite a bit
about the heart attack in our match.
in a
Uh-oh, there's
match.
a
Yeah,
story there.
yeah. Like my first year in the business, I'm in a tag match. I've probably had maybe 20, 30 matches at this point. And Brian gets on the top turnbuckle and has a heart attack and hits the floor. I think it was like a 6-man tag or something like that. I'm not sure how it worked, but yeah, no, he had like a slight heart attack, and no, that was eat up. That was eat up. They come and got him out, and but and that's
That
that
was
quick.
you're talking a serious, he had an
Hmm.
actual heart attack. No gimmick, actual
No
heart attack.
gimmick. Yeah, no gimmick. Dead
Wow.
serious. Dead serious. Yeah, I
That
think
had
it
to
was
be a
like a
scary
light.
moment.
Yeah, it was like a light heart attack. I don't know how the whole thing works. Skip beat or something. I don't know. He'd have to tell you, but yeah, no, he had like a slight heart attack, and they got him out in time. But yeah, that was very sobering, very sobering.
Joey Godfrey's telling me there's a short woman behind me. Joey Godfrey thinks I have something against short women, that I don't want them on my show, and he is totally wrong. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, I catch it from Rage
See,
all the
Joey,
time.
I didn't forget. I did put your post up there. Oh my gosh, man, that had to be something. So I guess asking you what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in a wrestling ring, what could compare to a heart attack?
I well, see here. There was I can't remember the guy's name now. Somebody will say it. Dude come out there to wrestle me. He was in a diaper and a pink bathrobe.
He was in a literal like pinned up diaper.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember Timmy apologizing to me right before the match, right before I found out who I was wrestling that night. I remember Timmy apologizing. And I said, "Why are you apologizing, dude?" And he said, "You're going to wrestle." I can't remember his name now, but
Wow.
that one ranks right up there.
Did you win the match? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, I
Okay, good.
successfully succeeded in
Good,
that
because
one.
I would hate to have on my resume got beat by a grown man in a
Man in
diaper.
the diaper. Yeah, it was pretty.
That just wouldn't look good on a resume, man.
It was pretty bad. That was the night Damien Legion had no problem smiling in the ring because I laughed. I popped right there as soon as he walked out.
What can you do when you look across and see a pink robe and a
Yeah.
diaper, man?
Man, I can't. God, I wish I could remember his name, but I can't.
Somebody, anybody, tell me the name of the guy in the pink robe and the diaper. I would love to know that. And if there's any footage of that match, please send it to me.
God, I can't remember his name.
So
Fatty Love. Fatty Love. His
Fatty
name was
Love.
Fatty Love.
Oh, he was a big
Fatty
guy.
Yeah, he was a biggie. He was big.
That makes it even better. I'm visualizing this skinny guy with a diaper. Now you're telling me
No,
he's a big guy.
no. Yeah, he was a big guy. He was a big guy. But yeah, that was probably one of the weirder moments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned before that you worked with Rocky King and other promoters. Tell me about that time.
Hot Atlanta Championship Wrestling. Man, it was just a couple. It was maybe 5 shows we did there.
I heard that a producer of mine actually was a manager for you for a short while.
Yeah, yeah. I've been righteous. Yeah.
I was gonna let you lead into that, but it didn't seem like you was gonna do it, so I'll lead you into it. Yeah, I heard you had him, you had Father Darkness as a manager for a little while.
Yeah, no, I kind of I loosely helped bring in Art.
Okay.
Very loosely. I
Okay.
think he would have always come into this business either way.
He's a great manager, man. Both of
Yeah,
them are.
yeah, he would have come in at some point because he had did some previous training, and then when his baby boy was born, they had to kind of take some time off. But we a place I used to work at, he had started working there. I always thought he looked kind of like a creepy priest, and
Yeah.
that was kind of going
That
back
was
to,
basically his gimmick, wasn't it? I mean, Father
yeah,
Darkness, isn't that what it is?
yeah.
He's basically a creepy priest.
You can thank the Damien Legion.
I
I
love the book,
was,
man. The book was the best part of his gimmick, man.
well, we that was how me starting out, how we would how we'd get some wins. But yeah, no, I had talked to him. I was like, dude, you look like a pretty cool creepy priest. I need a manager. Did you ever think about getting back into business? And he said, yeah, I had actually. Life's kind of slowed down a little bit where I can. And he said, I'd give it a try. And he come in and he took off, did his own thing. And
That is cool.
yeah, congrats to him.
Have you had? This is probably a stupid question because but I don't know, so I'm gonna ask as a fan because I've never seen you live. Have you ever held a title?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was Hot Atlanta champion.
Okay,
I've been the APW heavyweight champion 6 times now.
nice, 6-time champion.
I have I was a UWF champion once. Um, yeah, UIW champion I think once. Uh, I've had a lot of hits to the head, so you have to excuse me. Some of it's
Hey,
a
you're
fog.
good, brother. I blame
Um,
all mine on my medicine I take, so
yeah,
I can understand.
yeah. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. But yeah, no. I mean, I've held strap in many companies, and you know, uh, Now we're looking for tag team gold.
That's what I was about to lead into. Now you're part of a tag team with, if I pronounce this wrong, correct me, Kilgore VOF or VOF.
Yeah, VOF, victim of the fall.
Okay,
That's just his
explain to
handle.
me, Victor of the Fall.
Victim. We're all
Victim.
Yeah. Well, in pro wrestling, the only thing undefeated is the ring.
Right.
We're all victims of the fall. And victim of the fall is a father-son tag team. It's me and my boy Kilgore. And yeah, man, just trying to get it
I
out,
saw
get
some of
booked.
your promo pics on your page, man. You guys look beast, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't want to face you in a tag team match. I'll tell you that.
Well, we're working on it, man. We're right now it's as we can get bookings. Right now we're booked through the beginning part of November. I've got a late date booked in November. We got some stuff booked up in February now. And so yeah, man, just any promoters out there want to book, private message me. We are open. Trying to get down in any states right now that don't really require a license. So, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, obviously, because we're licensed here. But the
good
goal.
old South Carolina's got to throw a wrench and all that, don't they?
Well, there's a lot of states that require a license, and I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to get out and you want to work those bigger shows in that state, you need to make the commitment and get a license.
There you go.
That's,
That
that's
is
the bottom
true.
line to it. There's no point to fight and fuss over it. It's what they require. It needs to be done. You get it, and, go about yourself. I, such as everyone else, I have a job. I have a life too that I'm trying to, maintain along with trying to, promote the wrestling brand and, get bigger shows and, more, level up, so to speak. So, you afford what you can and get what you can. So next year,
not many fathers can say that they're doing what they love with their son. That is what's cool about hearing that.
It is very
and
much
he
a
got
trip.
it kind of came full circle, didn't it? He's the one that got you into wrestling to get you back fit.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's old enough and he wants to get in the ring, and who would know him better than his father to be a tag team partner and go out there and rip it up on the indie scene, man. I love to hear that. That's a good story right there.
Oh yeah. Well, and the thing is too, I mean, he's been doing this. He was there at the first training sessions, the first year in the business, while I was rehabbing my knee, training, stuff like that. We were filming every show at APW. So my son would actually get up there we had like a perch, like a filming
Right.
perch. He'd get
Right.
up there and he'd run the camera while I was in the back running through the camera selectors, because we had like a couple hard feeds and stuff like that. And so yeah, for that first year, he ran that camera out there. I ran the board in the back, and then we trained throughout the week until I was ready to start working. And he continued filming um, up until he started getting into like high, middle school, stuff like that. But yeah, he was real young doing this, and then
So he's basically growing up in the business. I mean, literally growing up in the business.
Well, I wrestled him his first time. He was 14 in North Carolina, and he was under a mask in it. And then he had some medical deals. Uh, he got his shin broken in a car accident. So yeah, that took him out for a while. Then he had growth plates put in.
I had to put that up on the screen. Father
You
Darkness
damn
says
right,
you
I'm
are
a
a
grown
grown-ass
ass
man.
man.
Thanks for
That's
showing
the
up
truth.
tonight, Father Darkness.
Yes, sir. But yeah, no, D man, he the whole style flip that Miles, because I just used to do power wrestling. I do power moves, stuff like that.
So what do you think about so you're more of a grounded pound. You don't do any of the aerial high flying stuff, right?
No, not necessarily. No, I call it lucha light or a swamp libre.
Okay. Okay.
But no, there is some elements of lucha, Japanese in my game. Actually, my son is the more grounded Southern uh, wrestler, but he has the ability to come off the top and do other stuff. But to me, he's more like a smaller Barry Windham. That's his kind of. He likes a lot of that style more. So he's definitely more athletic than me
So he's more.
naturally.
I was gonna say he's more the athletic storytelling type in the ring. He could tell a good story while
Yeah,
he's in there.
yeah, especially with his expressions.
Yeah.
And then he's very, he's 6'1", about a buck 90. On a good day, about a buck 90, and he looks like a baby kangaroo out there. But yeah, no, he does a lot more of the traditional. He likes the kind of slower storytelling with the impacts that come in. Whereas with me, I like lucha. I like
It,
Japanese.
it sounds it sounds
I
more
like
like it's not
misdirection.
when you describe him like that. I'm thinking of like Arn Anderson. I'm thinking
Hmm.
of people like that. Basically,
Kind of Arn Andersonish, but
the
he
old
can come off the
power
top if
guys
he
that they
chooses
could get
to.
up on the second rope or the third rope if they
Yep.
wanted to, but
Hmm.
they didn't have to
They
get it
don't
done.
have to. I'm more like that Muda type. And on a good day, I'm 5'9". Let's just say that on a good day. Um, so yeah, my best my best attributes are I'm not going to be the biggest guy in the fight. I may not be the smallest guy in the fight. So usually I walk that kind of gray line. And I'm definitely rarely, if ever, the tallest. So
But you're not going to back down from a fight.
no, but that also makes it to where, what's my psychology going forward? And plus, two, I want to continue a longer career. So I'm not
Right,
going to do 20 power bombs a match to a guy. You're not going to get that out
right,
of me.
right.
What you may get out of me is a satellite arm bar, and then I try and snap your arm.
Oh, well,
Y- You
speaking
know,
of getting
so
something out of you, Art Long wanted you to tell a story. He said, "Ask him about making people poop." That must be a good one because you
oh,
are laughing hysterically.
oh no, no! Look at you, put me in a corner. You can't put baby in a box. Um,
There's a story there.
so as the rumor goes, there was a clothesline. Yeah, I'm not going to say who it is. I don't
Okay.
operate like that, but there was a
Okay.
clothesline given to an individual that had on white tights, and Rage pretty much said without saying he done went from white to brown. It was one of them triple clothesline deals. So yeah. Again, I'm not gonna say who it is. But yeah, that yeah,
So you literally clotheslined the poop out of somebody.
I guess so. So I've been told. I didn't personally
That has
inspect the
got to be the most
situation.
embarrassing
Yeah.
story to tell. I can imagine that story doesn't get told a lot by the person that it happened to.
Oh yeah. Well, I've heard, like dudes catching, leg drops off the top. Maybe they ate some like you know, some quesos or something like that before the match. You know what I'm saying? One thing leads to
You
another,
don't want to
sudden
eat a bunch of
impact.
bean burritos before you
Yeah.
get in and take a bunch of lariats, right?
Oh yeah. Last thing you want to do is boo boo yourself in the ring.
I Am Righteous said, tell them the story about us coming home from Atlanta, driving that aircraft carrier with the busted ass driver's window. He was telling me that story earlier
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I did have it written down here. I was going to ask it, but he beat me to the punch. But
Well,
go ahead.
so Rage likes to call me Cotton Hill because he said I'm so short I got no shins. Um, and the other reason why is because I used to have a red 1995. It was a Lincoln Town Car.
That's what I told him when he said you had an aircraft carrier. I said he must have had a
Yeah.
town car. He said,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
that's
had
what
the
it was.
town car, and my window it was messed up, wouldn't come up, busted out. I don't remember how it worked out, but he ended up having to take a jacket, and he put my trench coat. He taped my jacket like ever so carefully, taped this jacket around there, and to be able to switch lanes, he'd have to look through there was a hole in the pocket or something, and he could move it down and
You
look.
said it looked like a periscope.
Yeah. And it was so cold on that drive back. Now, anybody that knows me knows I absolutely detest cold weather.
Right.
So it was so miserable. So miserable. Yeah.
The stories you can tell about the road, right? That is
Absolutely.
totally awesome.
Absolutely.
Now, I heard a rumor that your wife also wrestles.
She's not a wrestler. She's a ballet.
Okay.
She did some basic training, bumps and such. But it was not something she was real comfortable getting into, as far as in that aspect of it.
Okay.
So we did the Monster Cons for a couple of years when they come to Greenville, and my buddy Jack Beeman, you can check him out on YouTube under Jack Beeman. He does photography, and
that's what #Truth's all about, man. Get it out there.
Yes, sir. And he had me, Rage, Matt Burns. We wanted to just take a picture with her, just see how it looked. And we took the picture with her, and we was like, "Oh, that looked cool." And so she got brought into Evil Inc. And then, naturally, she, tagged along with me. So, we just kind of worked it out from there. And her first match, funny story. Her first match was in Alabama, with me working against Bill Eadie.
Okay.
So that was her first match in the business, which was pretty cool. My granddaddy's favorite wrestler was Mass Superstar. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a real cool match. I'm getting choked dude by dude down there. Yeah, stop smiling, kid. And
hey, that's basically the way it was when I was interviewing, and I only had like 8 minutes with them. I had the Rock and Roll Express sitting in front of me, and you're talking about a kid who grew up idolizing the Rock and Roll Express. So I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
You can go back and check it out on my YouTube page. I'm looking through. I've got this shit-eating grin from one ear to the other, even asking serious questions. I just look like a kid in the candy store. I'm like, yeah,
looking like a Cheshire cat. I hear
right,
you.
right.
But
it's awesome.
But yeah, no, we she started managing, and we were running, and now she has my bun cooking in the oven as we speak. The Damien Legion 39 still shooting bullets. But so I've got the as me and my sons say, he's the prototype. I have the evolution coming.
Okay.
So yes, it is a baby boy on the way.
Okay.
But so she's taking some time off. But other than that, no, she never was a wrestler. She's been a ballet manager. Although she has done one leg drop in a match. Eric Adams, he can tell you about it.
So she did a Hulk Hogan leg drop on somebody.
She did the leg drop to him on the apron.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
nice.
No, it was an apron leg drop. I was impressed too. I was on the other side of the ring. I was like, oh damn, gotta get my game up. That looked good. So,
I better watch out. She'll start looking better than me.
Well, really? Yeah, no, she got me there, homie. But
wow, that's great. I love to hear that. Now, I've got to ask you a question, and somebody told me I'm going to get the laugh of a lifetime by asking you this. But I'm supposed to ask you that about you telling stories, something about antlers. Antlers. Antennas, antlers, something like that.
Oh, you're talking about tentacles, sir.
Tentacles. That's what it is.
You're talking about tentacles.
Tentacles. Yeah. That's what it is. I'm supposed to ask you
Ivan
about that. And
that's
they
Ivan
said I'd get a big laugh out of this.
I might get you kicked off this station. I'll start talking about that.
No. Trust me. We are unscripted, brother.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Okay, I won't make you go there. Yeah, I won't make you go there. But just a smile on your face lets me know that I hit the right place.
Yeah. Well, if you ever if you ever get a chance and see hentai, you'll understand where he's coming from. It's
Okay.
Ivan Righteous's favorite thing in the world. Don't let him lie to you. I, the Damien Legion, would never lie to the people, but Ivan would. So just understand. The only reason he
I'm pretty
asked
sure
that
I am
question,
righteous will have something to say in return.
the only reason he asked that question is because it's in his my favorite category on YouTube.
Is that it?
That's it.
So what does Damien Legion do outside of wrestling, man?
I don't really think I do anything outside of wrestling other than, I mean, I work for a living. I have a shoot, unfortunately.
Right.
But it pays bills. I train 4 days a week. I would train more, but my wife usually puts the kibosh on that.
They have a
Rightfully
tendency
so.
of doing that, brother.
Well,
Don't feel
rightfully
bad.
so.
I get it too.
You know, because she understands with me, I'll get lost.
Right? No doubt about it, man. Without my wife, I wouldn't be here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, same boat. I promise you. But no, with I'm a firm believer that guys in this business, if they can at all possible get 20 hours or a week in the ring,
No doubt.
it is absolutely imperative.
Well, there's
At
one
this
more
point.
story we got to get to before I get to my favorite part of the show. And Art Long wants you to tell a story. He said, "Tell them about the promo you did that you almost made him throw up."
All right, so
they're bringing out the golden oldies, man. I love it.
So Art, I'm gonna do it for you, Golden Girl style. Picture it, Art's house, like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So we shoot this promo, and essentially, I have a translucent body bag that whenever you're 10 toes up to Jesus, they put you in this thing and stuff you in the cold storage.
Okay.
And so I had broke it out for this particular promo. I don't know what I want to think we were shooting it for like Monstrosity Wrestling in Atlanta.
Okay.
Maybe. And we were trying to figure out a scene for me. And I said, well, I got this. I said, what I can do is that I can make some fake blood, because I can make it where it's like real thick.
Make it look like
real,
it's congelating or whatever the word is.
Oh, yeah.
Coagulating or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, where it's, congealed.
Yeah.
It's got that congealed look to it. So yeah, we did that whole scene, and as we were doing it, it kind of I made the reference to it almost looking like I was being reborn. And
I bet that was looking really good.
Oh yeah, and I had some foaming out the mouth kind of deal. And Art has the weakest stomach of any person that claims to love horror movies I've ever seen.
Has a weak stomach.
He has. Art, I love you, baby, but you got a bitch stomach. He can't. I mean, he sees dog shit, and he's so he's got a real weak tummy. And he saw
and
this.
That's the hashtag. True. Go ahead, man.
And no, he saw that, and we're filming it in his garage. There's nowhere he can go. He has to look at it, and he essentially sees me, for lack of a better term, reenacting my rebirth on his floor. And Art, there you go, buddy. There's your
and he was like this close to blowing chunks, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, no, I think he did. I think he can BS it all he wants, but I think he walked around the side, and when you're about half drunk and it's just getting to you just a little bit. That was kind of Art, but
that's the way to do a promo. Now that was a promo that was probably very popular.
yeah, oh yeah, the ladies loved it.
No doubt. All right, man, we're gonna get to my favorite part of the show, and I love it. It's called Name Drop. We're gonna do Name Drop right now. I'm gonna give you 5 names in the wrestling industry that you know and you can shoot on them. You can say you love them. You can tell a story about them. Do whatever you want. You can even say pass if you just don't want to talk about the person at all. I'll even accept that.
Fair
But
enough.
the more fun, the merrier. That's what this is all about. So the first name I'm going to drop is Matt Burns Gimmick Bag.
Wow. No, that's the response. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
No story, no
That
nothing,
is
huh?
an extensive bag that essentially is bottomless. It's kind of like the hot dog down the hallway theory, and or a midget walks into a cave. That bag is ever evolving, and yeah, I'll never have, because a lot of people say, hey, the Damien Legion's got a lot of gimmicks. No, I cannot even touch that man in the gimmick department.
So Matt Burns, I'm assuming, is another wrestler who has played many characters.
Yeah, oh, that's an understatement. That's an understatement. I
Okay.
love him, but he's played a lot of characters.
Give
And
me your favorite one that you can remember.
oh no, I like the Matt Burns character. That's my
Oh,
favorite
okay.
out of all of them. That
Okay.
is my favorite out of all of them. But he's had so many. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't.
You couldn't keep up with him?
He had probably 10 or 12 of them 10 years before I came in the business.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he been in this thing for a minute. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean he's done.
Now I have to ask this because I don't know who Matt Burns is. Is he a guy who just changes on the fly, or is he good? Is he just that good that he can do that many characters?
Probably a little bit of both. I
Okay.
mean, probably a little bit of both. I mean, Matt, he likes changing things up, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't
So
work.
he's one of them wrestlers that kind of show up at a show, and the promoter will go, well, Matt, we need this, and oh yeah, I can pull that off. Give me a second.
Yeah,
Go into the bag.
hey, I have seen him do it. I have seen him do it 2 and 3
That's
times a
great.
night. Yeah, so
That
no,
is great.
he's whatever promoter needs. He'll go out there, give you, if you just want the mass wrestler to go out there, that kind of match, he'll go do that. He'll go do his own match, Yeah, I've seen him bust out at least 3 at a show one time.
Oh, wow.
So,
Nice. Yeah. All right, name number 2, Evil Incorporated.
We have slightly reformed somewhat, working out of Universal Championship Wrestling in Atlanta, Georgia. And we just crashed the party on Lodi and Scotty Matthews. And they are essentially that group right there right now is slowly reforming itself somewhat. We did it for a couple of years.
So it's a faction
that
you put together.
Well, it was me, Matt, and it was me, Matt, Art, and Rage. All put it together years and years ago. Did it for a while, and then everybody just kind of wanted, do their own separate thing. Okay. And we kind of reformed it in Universal Championship Wrestling, and we'll just kind of see what happens, where it goes.
Awesome, man. You have to show me. You have to show me some video on that. I'd love to see all you guys together on that. That would be something special.
Well, we got the pics posted online. We're waiting on video from Universal Championship.
Oh man, if you end up putting that up on Facebook, man, tag me in it. I would love to see it.
Oh yeah.
Name number 3, and you hit on him a couple of times during the beginning of the interview, Rocky King.
Very, very, very nice man. That, man, he does a lot for his little community down there in Riverdale, Georgia. He didn't make a lot of money off them shows he was doing down there. A lot of it was just charity stuff. I mean, like grocery drives and stuff like that.
So he's the promoter down in Georgia.
Yeah, it was for Hotlanta Championship. He's recently he's been retired from it. He just does appearances now. He has some health issues, such like that. But him and Teddy Long, they were doing a lot of the food drives, stuff like that. And we only worked a couple shows with them. That that promotion kind of lost steam after they did a couple things down there. But very nice gentleman. Always really cool to us.
That's
Always fed.
awesome to hear,
Yeah.
man. I love to hear stuff like that where not every promotion is that there's so many promotions out there that not every one of them is going to shoot for the sky, but you always have isn't it funny how they say good men finish last? He's probably one
Hmm.
of those guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, but Rocky, I mean, everybody knows he was whatever they call the fifth horseman or whatever. He he went out there and he made those guys look really good for a lot of years. Him and George South. So Rocky's well respected, I think, in this business. I
No
would like to
doubt.
think so.
Number 4, Envy.
Ah, sexy woman. Um, yes, she is. Ah, the apple
Thought
of my
you'd like that
eye,
one.
the fire of my loins.
Now that
Yeah,
you got to cut a promo on Envy. Cut a promo on Envy. Do it for us, man. Come on, you can. This would be awesome.
like I said, the apple of my eye, the fire of my loins. The only reason Damien Legion gets up every day and has to go smell through the swine of society is the fact that I get to come home to Envy and you go home to some big fatty.
I love it.
Um,
that was worth the whole interview, brother.
they,
That was
um,
great.
no,
Art
she's
Long says, "I hope number 5 is a good one." Well, I hope it is too. I promise I will keep all my comments to myself. Number 5 is a man that I won't comment on, but I have to say the name because
okay.
everybody wants to know. Chief Jay Eagle.
Oh, the oldest living dinosaur in professional wrestling today. Um, a lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. I'm gonna say it like this. Chief, I take people at face value.
Right.
I don't care who you are. I take people at face value. And Eagles, buddy, always been good to me. Um, he's an older promoter that's had to deal with a lot of people, so everybody has their own unique experience with Chief Jay Eagle.
No doubt. No doubt.
Which is fine. That's what makes this business such a cool thing and such a frustrating thing for a lot of people too. And, I can promise people this: the man don't make a lot of money off this business as much as people think he does. He doesn't. He doesn't make a whole ton of cash.
Well, I
Yet
could say one thing.
yeah.
He's had the longest. I think he's it's been said that he's had the longest weekly running wrestling
Yep.
show in South Carolina.
Yeah, I know definitely South Carolina. I'd be willing to put it upside probably quite a few states. I would be curious to see if there's another promotion that's run as long as his. In some form or capacity or another. I think he's run it since late '97. I was 17.
Art Long
So
wants me to drop a bunch of names. I tell you what, Art Long, you drop the next name and I'll put it up on the screen. How's that? You give me a name. I'm out of names. I got my 5 up there. You
know
drop
what
a
it
name.
is. You know what
Anybody
it
else
is.
out there? Drop a name.
Art's at the house drunk right now. That's what it is.
We'll get
Art's
some
got a
good
liquor
names from
drink in
Art,
his
won't
hand.
we?
Art's got a liquor drink in his hand right now. But yeah, no, yeah, I mean, Chief's still, bum knee and all. Chief's still kicking. He's still doing his thing. So,
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
APW every Saturday night, just like
that's it.
death, taxes, and cancer. You can count on APW being in there, buddy.
Without a doubt, man.
Yes,
So tell everybody, man, where you're going to be at. I know you said you're booked up through November, so you're probably not going to remember every place, but I'm gonna put that name up there in a second. He did give me a name. I'll put it up there in a second, but do a promo telling us where you and your son or you yourself is going to be in the next maybe month or so?
All right. So right now, as far as in September is concerned, until the 28th, we're going to be in Boiling Springs. The 28th, we'll be down working, I believe it's CWE down there in Florence, South Carolina. So my old stomping grounds where the Damien Legion was actually spired and born.
There you
And
go.
we're going down there to go handle some business, me and my boy. As far as in November is concerned, November 5th and 6th, we're going to be at the Atlanta Motor Speedway doing the Atlanta State Fair down there with Universal Championship Wrestling. And then we're going to try and get back that night for American Pro Wrestling if we can, and or if there's another show in the area that wants to hit us up, driving back into South Carolina. Then we've got October, it's looking like we're going to possibly be down at IWE, Florida, in Jacksonville. Evil Inc. going down there. That's looking like October the 19th. October the 9th, we'll be in Latta, South Carolina, working with CWE. And I'm probably getting my dates confused, and I've still got to get it all posted up online. Some of them we just finalized.
Now, do you do have a Damien Legion page on Facebook? I want to put that out there. You have a Damien Legion YouTube page.
I do. And we also have Twitter. It's at Legion Damien. Instagram at Damien Legion. We also have at Victim of the Fall Pro Wrestling on all platforms.
There you go, man. I'm telling you, that's the way to put yourself out there. Okay,
yes,
Art Long said yes, he does have a beer in his hand, and the name that he dropped was Rage Davidson.
He's bald now. How about that? Rage, that's my buddy. He helped me get a lot of bookings. He's helped me out in the business period. Helped learn me a couple things. Although I'd never tell him that. He calls me Cotton Hill all the time. He does it again. I'm gonna put this big boot up his backside.
See, that's the way to get a promotion started right there.
There you go. Boots to backside.
That's it.
But yeah, no, Rage, good dude, man. Good dude.
All right, last name I'm gonna drop, and I do it to everybody. Damien Legion, man.
Me? Oh, most eat up some bitch in wrestling. Human crash test dummy. Man, I'm just kicking like greasy fried chicken. I'm still trying to do this thing as long as I can, and I want to be able to continue on with my son, and then my future generation, my future son coming, my grandbabies. You're
gonna have a faction coming up pretty soon, man. Of just family. I can see it coming.
That is the plan.
And the faction itself will be called Damien's Legion.
There you go. For we are many. Man, a guy that just trains his ass off. He works like hell. Promoters, private message me. We are open and available, looking to book up.
Now I saw, like you said, you were training with your son. Would you think about doing any training? If a young wrestler came to you and said, "Hey, man, I got a few dollars in my pocket. Would you be willing to train me?"
We do. We train in American Pro Wrestling on Tuesday nights from 7 till whenever. I don't really call myself a trainer per se. Again, like I said, I just show people from my mistakes. Ways that I've been shown to get better. I've been fortunate. I've been able to wrestle a lot of bigger names. Wrestling guys like Scott Steiner, Barbarian, Sam Houston, Bill Eadie, cats like that.
That's some name drops right there. I thought I had a few good names, but that's some name drops, man.
Yeah, and with each person, but I mean cats like James Drake, Rob Killjoy, um, the list goes on, man. All those cats, anything I can learn from anybody that, and information's the biggest valuable commodity we have in pro wrestling. I think
Yes,
whenever
it
you
is.
shut your mind down because you think you already know what's up, I think that's either whenever you're going to start getting hurt, and or B, you're going to quit growing and learning.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, you'll quit
I'm
getting
not,
fans at that point, because
yeah, and I'm not going to fall into B category, So
no doubt.
I don't take everybody like the gospel, of course, but at the same token, like, I recognize, people that are successful in this, and, if you can gain, if they're going to take the time to give you any tips or tricks or anything that help them, that somebody told them, you know what I'm saying? Take a second, listen,
No
shut
doubt.
up. You don't know everything. And, I think if some cats would
You
do
never
that,
know when you're going to get that one thing that's going to put
hmm
you over the top, man. You never
yeah,
know, and it might
well,
not be from that person that you think it's going to come from. And I've learned that in this
well,
business.
well,
I've
a
never
buddy of
been in the
mine,
wrestling business itself, but in the podcasting business, man, I've gotten some pretty good tips from people who aren't even in the podcasting business. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, yeah, I think it's cool, man. Buddy of mine has become a buddy of mine's, Johnny Swinger, and I'm like I said, I ask him all the time, different questions. It was cool to see he actually just got picked up by Impact on a 2-year contract.
nice.
So obviously his advice works, So like, it's just one of them deals, man, where I think if you can, just set your ego aside sometimes, get that hard hat mentality, and just shut up and listen to some of these old guys. They got stuff to say,
Oh
and
yeah.
99.9% of what they got to say is, dead on. But when you already think you got this game figured out, I promise you, there is somebody out there that will show you do not have this thing figured out at all. And yeah, that's Damien Legion, man. I just keep trying to work and just keep trying to do what we do. And I can promise you this much: I'll always keep it interesting, because I'm not big on
Brother,
complacency.
we've been on for an hour and almost 10 minutes, and I haven't lost interest yet. But unfortunately, our time is up, man.
You're
And
good,
I
buddy.
would love to have you back at a later time, man, because I'm pretty sure you're full of a lot more stories with all those names you dropped. And I would love to see down the road, man, if you and your son Kilgore win some tag team gold, man. I'd love to have you back on. I'd love to have your son on.
Yeah,
Pass the
man.
word, brother.
Yeah, Kilgore. He's about to have my third grandbaby. Due September
Woo!
19th. So yeah,
You
he's
guys are making a pure wrestling stable over there, man.
Man, you got to believe it. What's that Eddie Guerrero said? You ain't done it once till you done it 1,000 times. Well,
That's it. That is
we
it.
working. But
All
I
right, man.
appreciate the platform, man. Thank you.
Hey, anytime, brother. I love doing this, and I love it when people come on like yourself and tell stories and make it just awesome and fun for everybody, man. When you get other wrestlers on here that are leading you into stories, it just makes it a fun night, man. And you
Oh yeah,
definitely made it that. And
awesome. Awesome.
tell Envy I appreciate her, giving us your time
Oh yeah, oh
and the
yeah.
rest of your family, man.
The warden signed off on this. She was good with it. No, you know. Thank you,
We,
warden.
Yeah, I know how that goes, brother. I definitely know how that goes, man. I appreciate it, and like I said, you come back anytime, man.
All right, baby. I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one. Hashtag truth.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. We will see you Wednesday night for hashtag truth. And we are